What did you find already?
Oh, dude, you're telling me that there should be wires that go on the other side of this?
It looks like it went through a cheese grater. Jesus, dude. Oh my God. Today is the day. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's episode, we are headed over to DieselWorks in Mountjoy, Pennsylvania to kick off the engine mods for our auction single cab 5.9 Cummins. If you're new to the channel, we just recently picked up a 2005 5.9 Dodge Cummins single cab, and it's not perfect by any means. It actually looked a lot better on the surface than it actually has been in my very short time of ownership. We found things like dents. We found things like rust, lots of it, as a matter of fact. Basically, the entire bed is no good. We found that the sway bar end links were just rusty balls in rusty sockets. There were no grease on them at all. We found that this truck was stacked at one point, and in which it is again. Figured we'd just recreate what its past was. We also found that there was a lot of paint work that was done, but done very wrong. And we also are speculating that it was pretty modified before I'd actually gotten it, but hey, it is what it is. And all that negativity isn't gonna stop us. Today, all these boxes right here behind us are gonna be loaded into the truck, and we are gonna begin dismantling a majority of the motor, pretty much everything except the bottom end. And to be quite honest, I'm kind of prepared to find some things. The truck has 160,000 miles on it, and again, it's got some sort of a dark history that we just continue to kind of peel back like an onion, but it's been kind of fun. Now, if you missed it, we're actually gonna be modifying this truck to make over 1,000 horsepower. We've got an S480 and an S467 and a slew of other parts that are gonna make that all possible. What? Did you think I was done? Yeah. I think that's it. Now, fortunately, at this point in time, mechanically, we haven't had really any reason to complain. The transmission shifts, it starts, and it moves forward. I guess with the basics, we're pretty good. But today we're gonna go a little bit further and doing more than just removing the intake like I've done in the past. The turbo is gonna come off, the manifold's gonna come off, all the intercooler piping's coming out, the injectors are coming out, the head's coming out, the whole valve train's gonna be exposed, and we're gonna be able to see what the pistons look like. With 160,000 miles on it and a whole bunch of gauges inside that showed boost, EGTs, and trans temp, I'm under the impression that whoever had this before with the stack in the bed prior probably did a little bit more with it than just working around the farm. And as they say, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade, throw a spike in there if you want to. And in that case, we decided to take full advantage and throw a stack right back in its place. And it sounds real nice. Have a listen. That exhaust note is going to change pretty dramatically after all of that stuff is installed in later videos. And fortunately, my neighbors haven't complained yet. All right, guys, let's get on the road. One real interesting thing that I've noticed in the short time I've had this truck is the tune that's on it. For whatever reason, it sputters and hesitates and kind of spits a lot.
What is he doing?
Kind of sounds like it's choking. So I'm speculating that this truck was tuned and then had its tuner removed. So it was either flash or something along those lines, because something with the tuning just doesn't seem right. I'm really hoping that we don't run into any issues when we start to tear into this thing, but only time will tell, because at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if we find more surprises. Now, if you're anything at all like me, which I'm assuming that you are because you're watching this YouTube channel and you're excited about digging into this truck right here, leave a big thumbs up on this video and tap that subscribe button if you haven't already, and definitely turn on those notifications. It's great to have you guys along. Oh, here we go, boys. Coming on in for surgery. Oh, it looks good from that angle though, aside from all of its little flaws. Just here this morning, it started making a bad squealing sound from the belt too, so we'll probably try and get that replaced. We did attempt to take off our one visor, but you know, we still got a little adhesive there, just as a commemoration.
What is that?
That's,
I think that's what happens when you try to fit something that's the wrong size on something else.
oh, probably.
It's almost like they had this filter laying around from one of their dad's projects back in the day and just said, oh, this is plastic, we can just pinch it to make it work. And it looks like that's exactly what they did. All right, guys, let's get the teardown process started and, well, let's see if we find anything. Well, what did you find already?
I think you're missing some pieces.
Jesus, dude. Oh my God, look at that. How did that even live?
I don't know.
That is crazy, dude. That turbo looks like it went through a cheese grater, dude. We legitimately only took that intake off and haven't gotten any further. And I already found that the turbo compressor side is trash. What do you say about that? That's pretty not good.
It's trash.
How did that thing not explode? You said there's no shaft plate at all?
There's no shaft plate in now.
Oh my God. Well, luckily that thing's coming out today and it's not gonna have to go back in. All right, guys, so we have another discovery. We've only but literally gotten a few more pieces off of the motor here. And you guys see that down there? So that's the cross member. And those usually don't have a cut in them from the factory. And generally, when a cross member is cut, it's for the reason of potentially putting a new motor in. So I guess the Easter egg hunt continues. We were just simply talking about probably putting a new front mount intercooler on this thing because of the power that we're gonna be making. And we were talking about potentially trying to relocate the condensing unit behind the intercooler. When we were looking down here, that's when we discovered that. So we're really starting to get into the full story of this thing. And I mean, honestly, we haven't even scratched the surface. All these flashlights, like Inspector Gadget over here. The fuel lines look good at least.
Oh. See, it says driver's side on that.
Yeah.
On the motor mount, it says driver's side in yellow.
Dude, get out of here. You're telling me that this probably has a different motor in it?
Well, it could be.
So who knows what kind of mileage is even on this motor? All right, well, the onion peeling continues. I just love over here too, like, whoever put these gauges on just didn't care at all. They just have open wire connections that aren't even sealed to the elements. Dude, they just didn't care at all. For this factory, those bolts were definitely messed with. Dude, you're kidding me, man. Why are you tearing us to pieces right now? What'd you find?
If you roll under there, you'll be able to see it.
Boys, what are we looking at here?
Should be up in here. There's connectors hanging over here.
Oh, you mean this one right here?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you're telling me that there should be wires that go on the other side of this?
Yeah.
Really? I thought that was just a design. I thought that was part of the design here, dude. And you said that connects to this fan?
Yeah.
The fan clutch just hasn't been working, so that fan's just sitting in there being super lazy right now?
Yep.
These guys before are sneaky. So does that give us more reason that this motor, in fact, could have been swapped?
It could have been. Oil pan was like resealed.
Oh.
Usually you don't have to like pull that crossing route. Either.
Yeah, that's weird. I feel like that's the big unknown right now.
Unless there's somebody that didn't know what they're doing. They probably pull the motor out or something.
Like me, dude, I don't know what I'm doing. That's why I'm over here at Diesel Works, because I have no clue. I would have looked at all that stuff and been like, oh, that's interesting that they have a two-piece cross member, if I even picked up on that, which I probably never would have. Yo, Tyler, check out this, dude. Just even on this little sensor here, look at how mint that little O-ring is.
What the heck?
Looks like we're gonna have to replace one of those, and all that dirt that was on that sensor too, jeez.
Ooh, yummy.
Oh man, we are making great progress here, as in Tyler, not really me at all. I took one little part out here, I contributed a lot. See that piece right there, that little air filter shroud? Yep. Oh, look at all that lovely insulation. Man, that is some good stuff. Make sure you don't hurt that stuff over there, dude.
I know.
You gotta keep that. Gives it that, you know, aged look. Any surprises here? Hopefully not. That would be bad.
Pretty normal.
It's like one of the only normal things that we've seen. Tyler's got the manifold completely loose and everything's ready to rock and roll. Exhaust still connected, pretty much holding it in place. Oil lines, feed line, and drain line still connected. The idea is to get the head out right now, so he's got to disconnect pretty much all the fuel lines on the other side of the motor, and then we're actually going to go ahead and lift this whole head right up and out of here. But the cool thing is, once this all gets pulled out, we got all this great stuff right here in the back that I'm going to go over with you guys in another video. But just to put in quick summary, we've got new CP3, sump pump, fast pump, injectors, Extra G, big shout out to those guys for coming through. Got the Whirly Fab kit and everything ready to rock and roll. And well, boys, I'll just give y'all a quick little look at what we're gonna be looking at, and that is a really nice Illusion Cherry color from our good friends over at Whirly Fab. So if you guys are excited about that stuff right there, definitely tap that subscribe button. All right, keep cruising here, making great progress.
Give me a sign if you wanna come. Just give me a sign. I don't wanna front, I just wanna see you. Just give me a sign if you wanna come. Just give me a sign if you wanna come. Give me a sign. I don't wanna front, I just wanna see you. Just give me a sign if you want.
Tyler is just absolutely crushing on pulling this thing apart. As you can see, we're pretty much ready to pull the head out. He's just going through each and every single one of these head bolts right now for later, well, getting them studs in. Needless to say, those head bolts will not be going back in. We got some bigger, badder, better plans. But up until this point in time, good news is we haven't had any other, well, unplanned surprises. All right, we gotta pull these bolts out, and then what? We're ready to lift this head off? Yep. All right, boys. If you can hear me right now. I don't know if you can. God, I cannot believe that turbo, guys. Look at that thing. Oh my God, is it chewed up? Jesus. Yo, dude, the box is right there, dude.
No, we don't need these.
You say you got a better place for them?
Yeah.
Where are we going?
From now on, I think these guys want to live here.
Dude, they have a home? Oh, dude. Wow, man, that was so nice of you to just put them in their little resting spot, dude. Those things are complete trash. We don't need that kind of negativity in our lives. We got our auction truck completely gutted at this point. There's a majority of your head componentry: injectors, push rods, fuel rail, fuel lines, bridges, lifters. It's all there. And I think we're gonna be changing some of that stuff too. We're bringing in the heavy artillery here, boys. This thing's no joke, dude. Trying to contribute a little bit over here, dude, you know? Keep on pumping. It's probably all right. Oh! Are you running right in the center so it don't slide?
Yeah, because I actually need to like angle it.
Like leverage it out. Got it. Here we go, guys. About to lift the head right off this 5.9. You want it to be kind of balanced, right?
Yeah, it looks like it's
Looks pretty good. Turbo though, oh my God. The imbalancement of that wheel inside of that compressor housing, I can't believe that it didn't throw it off spinning at the revolutions it does. It was probably on extremely borrowed time.
yeah, I'd say.
I mean, no joke, I could have probably gone another mile down the road and it might have just popped. Looking good in the neighborhood. I was gonna say, well, for 150,000 miles on the head gasket, it's not that bad, but we actually don't know if it's the original head gasket because we don't know if it's the original motor. How we looking in here, dude?
They actually look pretty good.
Awesome. I like a little bit of good news after how we started off, wasting no time.
Yeah, usually on the cylinder walls, there'll be scoring that goes up and down, but on these, the cross hatching looks good. And
Nice.
doesn't look like it's, beat up.
All right. Good girl.
This ought to be either a later motor or somebody overhauled it.
It says 03 on the piston.
It'll be an 03 piston, yeah.
This is a big old mystery right now, fellas. So we might be back onto the track that this thing, in fact, has a completely different motor. Surprise, surprise.
Usually they have a little tag.
engine serial number, if we could find that.
New news to me that I wanted to pass on to you guys. Sean at DieselWorks, the owner here, was just mentioning to me that the 03, 04 motors are a little bit more desirable because they have the larger bowls inside the pistons, which is where your fuel actually sprays and combines with air to create power. On the 05, 06s, the back two cylinders are actually subject to frying piston rings, which could obviously pose as a little bit of a problem. We don't know if this has actually ever been pulled apart or not. We're trying to kind of do that investigation and reconnaissance right now. Kind of seems like we're not, because it doesn't look like anybody's been in here to clean up the head gasket residue or kind of just resurface this area before installing it. So we might have our auction truck that is kind of a Frankenstein, third gen era 05 body with an 03 or 04 motor. This is getting interesting. What are you seeing down here?
Bunch of junk.
Junk.
Looks horrible.
What even is that, dude?
I don't even know.
Is that a lift pump?
I don't know.
It makes sounds like a lift pump. What else are you seeing?
Got this little doohickey back here, little extra filter thing. They did a nice job hanging up the hoses.
Man.
I don't know what this is. This is for the pressure gauge. They have like an extension line off this pump to go to the gauge sensors.
Luckily, that's gonna get changed too.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm losing track of all these things we're finding right now. So at this point in time, guys, there's not all that much that we can do. This head is gonna be going off to the machine shop where they're gonna be basically overhauling it and taking care of some fire ringing action up on the bottom. That's gonna basically open up this head. That's basically gonna
3 days later.
That's gonna give us the durability that we need to take the pressure in the cylinders that's gonna happen once we compound turbo this thing. And then not only that, but we're also gonna be upgrading all of these components right here to reassure the fact that when we're actually going for that 1,000 horsepower number, we'll be able to withstand it mechanically. So at this point in time, we are pretty much done and wrapped up here. Very impressive time though by Tyler and the team over at DieselWorks, because he got everything pulled out in only 2.5 hours, and he was tracking it right here on his timesheet. That is insane. Legitimately, guys, if I was doing this myself, I think I'd only be probably working on still getting the manifold off. Yeah. But just in regards to what we have to do next, because this is gonna be a project that spans a few videos. Ooh, that heat feels really nice right there. It's kind of a cool day here in PA. We're gonna be taking out this manifold and obviously that turbo. We're gonna be opening up some of the exhaust area. These intercooler pipings are gonna be coming out. That battery, I believe, is going to be getting removed because we're gonna have one turbo here and then another turbo here. I think on that. Then we're gonna delete this fuel filter under the hood. The CP3 is gonna be getting updated, and then we've got some stuff in the rear, like a sump and a FAST, as I had mentioned earlier, that we're gonna be installing in some videos to come. So that's where I'm gonna wrap this video up, guys, because, well, it's been a productive day. Stay tuned for the announcement of the Blackjack giveaway, which will be happening here within the next week or so. More information to follow on that. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel already, please consider doing so. Give this video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next upload.